What is up, everybody? Smashy here with another Deep Rock Galactic Survivor episode. What are we on? Episode 9. Episode 9, it's been quite the journey. We had some success with our engineer the other day, so we're going to try and keep that momentum going. The engineer is a very fun class, so I'm excited to do it. Kind of a fun stipulation that we get one life with every dwarf, so right now we kind of have a little bit on the line because we still need to unlock the gunner. So if we fail on this one and we don't unlock the gunner, then we are SOL. We are out of it, down for the count, and we'll just have to start up another series. So, but it's been fun so far, so I figured let's just continue going the way we have been. All right, so first things up is we're going to take a look at our new gear. We got a interesting one. So we got this one, which this is increased critical strike chance and reload speed. Bosco also gets electrical beam, and then he picks up XP. Um, this is a lot better than what we have now, just even for the fact that Bosco picking up XP is pretty good. I do like the cold, but being able to get 2% critical strike chance and an increase to reload speed over the luck should be pretty good for us. So we're going to go ahead and equip that. Okay, next one up is the sniper scope. So this is a 5.3 increased damage and 4.8 critical strike damage. Okay, so, and would we take that over what we have, which is 3.8 damage, 2.5 weapon range, and 1% fire rate, and then 20% reload speed for 15 seconds when a boss spawns in. Um, it's hard to tell what's going to be super useful at this point in the game. Wow, we really don't have anything there? Okay. Um, so, yeah, sorry, I got a little distracted there. That's, is this one better? So it does give us a little bit more damage. Um, but at range and fire rate, so it's hard to tell what exactly will end up having more damage per second at the end. This one is a much higher level though. I feel like everything is going to get switched out eventually, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch that out now. This one here is a straight upgrade apparently. We're just not wearing a vest, but now we are. And then the last one here is a power driver. So it's going to give us 1.3 mining speed and 1.9 movement speed. So we'd be losing out on damage and reload. And then this one actually relevant for us is 2 turrets for 75 seconds when leaving the drop pod. And the engineer is one of the ones that does have. Oh, no wonder. This is the classic. I'm not even looking at the right class here. All right.
Oh yeah, this rocks.
Yeah, that's the same choices we made. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and sell these.
Salvage it.
Nice. It does actually look like we unlocked the driller. So go into our upgrades. We got a few. We got one artifact reroll. God knows we need it. Um, life regen. We're gonna take that just because it has the highest survivability. All right. Moving on to that. So last time we were able to complete the run to give us 20 red sugar. However, we still, this is it. This is what we need here. We need to complete this hazard 2. We do still have the driller to go as just an I don't want to use the word expendable dwarf, but as what we got there. So we got the constructs on this one. We just got to complete the dive. That's all we have to do. So let's go in. Let's take our time. Let's not make any big, huge risks. We get an excellent door prize of Nitra right at the door. We get our favorite side quest, which is to go and collect some flowers. The first level up, we're definitely just... So this is interesting. So this is another one where reload speed definitely just affects the gun so much. And we're going to go all in on our turrets for this run. It's a very good weapon, so we're going to do that. So instead of increasing the damage, which is not something that I normally recommend doing, we are just going to straight up do the reload speed, because if we can keep that going, if we could just keep the turrets on the ground, that essentially does give us a little bit more damage, and that reload speed does end up being very critical. So it is kind of nice. We're just going to go ahead and increase the fire rate, try to get our turrets up to level 18. All right, this one we got the chance or the choice between the 10% fire rate, 5% critical strike damage, or 15% damage for the turret. We're going to take that 15% for the damage. We're going to try to not get ourselves locked in a corner here, so here's to that. We just unlocked our second weapon, so this one is interesting. We got the Warthog, which is pretty good if you can get the plasma upgrade for it. You know what? We are gonna take that one over Stubby. Stubby's always trying to make our roster, or the cold drones, which I wasn't really impressed with those ones last time. So I don't have enough for a reroll, and I just kind of have to play the hand I'm dealt there. So even though ideally it's not that great to, yeah, it's not that great to take the Warthog, because it shoots in the direction that you're facing, whereas we want to be mining and we kind of want to let our other things do it. If we can, our turrets take care of the damage, but if we can upgrade it to the plasma bullets bounce, so it ends up doing a lot more damage that way. Next level up, we have an interesting choice. And we have a 5% damage for all weapons, 50% critical strike damage, which is a legendary upgrade, or we could do a 15% reload speed at uncommon for our turret. And it might be the wrong pick, because I always love taking a legendary, but I'm going to take the reload speed for that extra pip into our turrets and leveling them up. And so hopefully that will pay off and we'll be able to do a little bit more damage. Gonna try to outmaneuver some of these guys. We don't really have a ton of movement speed, so we definitely feel a little bit more sluggish, but like right here, nice, we get to set up 3 turrets and then just go dig for some gold here. So you gotta kind of play the hand that you've been dealt. So this one we're going for, let's see, we got movement speed, we got critical strike chance, or we have 15 max HP. I think because I'm really trying hard to do the survivability, I am going to go ahead and take that max HP here. See if that helps us out. Oh boy, dodging bubbles. Cool. So next one, we have a 5% mining speed, we have a 5% critical strike damage, or a 10% damage to all our weapons. We're just going to go ahead and take that 10% increase. Alright, go over here, say hello to this loot bug. Try to run around, doing laps around them, lay down some turrets, shoot the bad guys, do a couple more laps. Alright, we're gonna dodge some bubbles and see if we can't get a couple extra kills with that. Alright, so what have we got here? We have an interesting choice. This is actually kind of fun. So we have a 10% XP gain, which is nice with the engineer. He already has increased XP gain. We have a nitra scanner, which allows you to find nitra just getting any rock or minerals, so that's nice. We have the jet boots, which we have been really unimpressed with. So in this one, I'm going to take something different. I'm going to take the nitra scanner, and hopefully we can get some extra nitra going on. Alright, so really cool one. We leveled up and we got 15% damage on the shotgun, 50% reload speed on a legendary rarity for the shotgun, so we might end up taking that because that legendary upgrade is huge, or a 10% increase to all projectile damage, which would increase both of our things. It's a tough one. I think I am going to take the reload speed and kind of good faith that we're going to be able to get ourselves out of this. As I say that, we're going to take a bunch of damage. Alright, so that being said, we leveled up again. We got 10% on the turret and that's going to give us another pip there. So we're going to go ahead and take that one. So we just got the Nitra um, scanner, and we have the ability to have a mining directive, which turrets now mine nearby walls, which could potentially really add to how much nitro we are collecting. So that's why I'm taking that one. Though I do think that the other one, as far as damage goes, is a better upgrade. But being able to mine the nearby walls with the Nitra scanner is a very good upgrade. We leveled up again. We have the choice between a increased fire rate on the turret, 15% damage on the turret, or 10% reload speed on the shotgun. We are going to take the 15% damage for the turret. Alright, get a couple loot bugs, luck out and realize there's some gold here in the corner. Looks like we got some item drop up there, but we're going to have to escape this corner if we want to survive this boss. So up next we have Learn on the Job, which is a 15% XP gain. We have a reload speed for the turret, or 15% damage for the turret. We're going to take that 15% damage. I'm wondering just how effective the XP gains are, because you have to waste a level to get the XP to hopefully get levels in the future, and I wonder if it's just more worth it to be able to take the level now and kind of have that slower progression, because at least you get the level. It depends on how long, I guess, the run is, if you know it's going to be more than 5 levels. But anyway, we leveled up. We have a 10% damage on our turrets, 15% on all of our weapons, or 10% damage for our shotgun. We're going to continue just to try to build up the pips with our uh, turrets, so we're going to take that 10% damage there, even though it is a lesser of the two upgrades. Alright, we got to lay down some turrets. The guys are creeping in on us. Alright, leveled up again, and we have another 15% damage to our turret, so we're just going to go ahead and take that one. Nice, we got some new gear and some gold to pick up. We'll try to milk this one a little bit, because we're pretty close to ending here. Okay, cool, so now we have the option to do the cold drone. Yeah, we have the cold drone, the stubby, who is always trying to get to our roster, or this Krakatoa Sentinel. It's another turret. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's take the fire turret. All right, we got another fire rate for the turret here. All right, I am gunning straight back. I'm not even gonna stop for that epic loot. Alright, we leveled up on the go. We got a 3% reload speed, 10% damage to the shotgun, or 3% critical strike chance. We're just going to take that extra level for uh, the shotgun. Yep, we're not messing around. We're not missing the boat. Don't care that I'm leaving that gear on the table. I just do not want to die. I had to prioritize. Now that's a nice one. So we opened up our shop, and there's a legendary upgrade, which is 30 damage to all kinetic damage. So that'll be both our uh, what is this thing? The turret and the shotgun. So we're gonna go ahead and take that, because that's a huge upgrade. With that, we're gonna take increased mining speed. Oh wait, so it's a choice between increased movement speed or increased mining speed. Let's take the movement speed, and the reason I'm taking that is because um, we already have our turrets doing some of the mining for us. So gonna go ahead and reload this. Nice, we got some good upgrades here. We got some reload speed, fire rate or damage for our turrets, and that'll also give us another overclock. Alright, I know this might seem weird, but we're gonna do the reload speed for the turret. And I'm gonna change it to the turrets will follow you around. I'm pretty sure, like, this is a little bit for science for me, because I'm pretty sure that the when the turrets follow you around,
Dial
they
it in.
automatically deploy, which right now I have to like stop, but if they just deploy automatically and then follow me around, yeah, look at that. So they're already going to mine the stuff around us, but it looks like they
Wonder what slot the
do they automatically do it or do they store up? Nope, you still have to stop for them. That's all right though. Maybe there's something like once it fills up to its maximum, it'll
feel much better now.
let out a turret. I don't know. Let me see. No, it doesn't look like it. It's kind of nice though. Does not affect my fire turrets, but what can you do? Alright, there's a lot of mushrooms here, but I have not been able to pick them up. Alright, leveled up again. Don't really have any good choices. We got 3% critical strike chance, 6% reload speed for all of my guns, or 15% or 15 max HP. We're going to take that max HP. Just making sure that when we do get to the late game that we have a little bit extra chance of survival. Plus, I just really love running into explosions, so gonna keep that in mind as just one of my top hobbies. You really gotta account for that. Luckily for us, there is some red sugar right over here, and hopefully that offsets that damage. But just as I was going to collect it, I decided, hey, why don't I stand right in front of this guy that's gonna punch me in the face? So even though we did have a lot of success gaining health from that red sugar, we kind of offsetted it with taking another hit. As of right now, we are still at max health, so no damage done. But what can you do? We leveled up again. We got 10% on our fire turrets. We got 10% damage on our shotgun, or a 35% fire rate on our turrets. Let's go ahead and take that upgrade to our turrets. Our main weapon, our carry, as they say, and they are doing exactly that. Look at them. Wish they did more damage, but what can you do? Nice. So we leveled up again. We got a 10 increase to a luck, a reload speed on our turret, or an increased fire rate on the turret. Let's go ahead and yeah, let's do the luck. Maybe that's the wrong choice, but what can you do? I mean, who doesn't love the little bit of gambling aspect to it? All right, so leveled up again. We're gonna take the epic upgrade for our fire turrets, 35% reload speed. It was probably maybe that one wasn't necessary because we you really only can level up 2 weapons in a run to level 18, so maybe taking the increase on the other one would be a little bit better. That being said, we leveled up again. We got a 5% critical strike damage increase, 5% damage to all of our weapons, or a 15% damage to our shotgun, which is what we're going to take. Hopefully we can unlock that plasma upgrade for it. So this one, gonna keep trying to collect as much resources as we can. Alright, upgrades again. We got 10% mining speed, 10% damage to our fire turret, or 10% damage to our shotgun. We're going to take it 10% to the shotgun because we already have our other turrets doing a little bit more mining for us. So, now there's a lot of bad guys over here, so we're just going to mosey on over. What we really need is some lifetime increase. Ooh, this is interesting. So we got bigger cogs for the turret. We have add a punch, which is 50% piercing to the turret, which actually might help out our DPS a lot, especially as we get to level 18. So we're going to go ahead and take that one here. Hopefully that piercing helps us a lot more with the crowd control and with doing damage to the terrain to try to get a little bit more nitra. I can't really say if we've had a noticeable amount of nitra that we've gained. It's hard to tell. I'd have to go back and look to see how much was actually unlocked, but hey look, here's some nitra. But we're definitely good at setting up and zoning, so that's nice. Alright, so we got a supply pod. We got 5% max HP. We got cold plus 15% damage, or a 10% XP gain. So we are at level 24. We're on. Yeah, I'd say let's go ahead and take the healing one. That'll increase our max HP, and then when we do level up, it'll give us a little bit more. Okay, so this is interesting. So we have the increase to, or we have the new weapon, which is the cold drones, the electric drones, or the stubby. With that, I guess, do I want defensive? I'm gonna take the cryo. I don't know if that's the right choice over the two, but sometimes freezing enemies can really get you out of trouble. Though I don't know how good it is with the yeah, with like the turrets and everything. Okay. We leveled up again, and we're really close to having the turrets be level 18, so we're just going to take another pip towards that. Let's see. We still need a ton of mushrooms. I wonder if we have enough to be able to do that. Let's go ahead and so this is interesting. So this isn't one of our upgrades here. We can take an increased mining speed. I don't know if that affects the um, the turrets as well. That would be interesting if it did. Uh-oh, I dropped those turrets and might be the death of us. Alright, I only need two more. Two more caps, so it's still possible I could pick some up on my way to the exit. Let's go ahead and take that last reload speed. Nice. So we did get the upgrade to plasma. It looks like they nerfed it a little bit. Oh god. Okay. They nerfed it a little bit to offset that damage. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Alright, are there two flowers? Or not flowers, but mushrooms. Alright, we're going to take another reload speed for... sorry, this was just super intense. Okay. I was like, am I about to relive it, going for that last bolo cap? Am I going to have enough time? But we were able to get that upgrade for the shotgun, which is very good, so that'll hopefully help deal a lot more damage now. We almost got our uh, turret to level 18, which we are going to take right now in the shop. So we have the choice between 100% fire rate and minus 15 accuracy for the turrets that we do have, or we can get extra capacity, which is just a ton more turrets and 10% more damage. We are absolutely just going to take that. With that, we got a couple things left. We're going to go ahead and take this extra HP. We're not going to bother about with increasing the Titan Springs. I think we could do something else. I don't think we need more mining speed. So, very cool. So it looks like we got a couple different things to choose from. We could do a 30% fire rate increase to all projectile weapons. We could do another damage increase to our shotgun, which I think we will. And then, yeah, let's take the health increase as well. Unfortunately, this is 35 and we only have 34. Let's go ahead and take that reload speed here. So, and yeah, let's jump into the next one. We'll save our gold for the next one. Most of the time, I'm not in the habit of doing that. I'll say if you can get an upgrade, definitely get it. But this one just felt like wasn't really too much going on, so we're gonna go ahead and just take that. We're gonna go pick up some mushrooms for this one. Hopefully, we'll be able to collect all 12, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and deploy our turrets. Interesting choice here. So I have a choice between a 15% pickup radius, damage to the cold drones, or a max HP of 15. So I'm gonna do the quality of life pickup radius because it's not that high, and we honestly I feel like should be collecting more nitra than we are, but it's hard to tell. Like maybe if I just drop a bunch of turrets, they shoot the walls too, so I don't know, but I have so many turrets. Oh, I'm just standing in bubbles. Or standing in the fire, the line of sight for someone shooting bubbles, and that's just what I'm doing. That's my life as a dwarf. I like to think I'm good, but turns out my only weakness is bubbles.
A swarm is heading your way. Load up.
Alright, let's go get some meta minerals here, some extra gold. Alright, we leveled up. We got a 2% movement speed increase, 30 max health, or 6% reload speed. I think we're just going to continue taking the maximum health, as it really does just kind of get us that little bit extra to be able to get to the end levels here. This is looking like it's pretty nuts, but lucky for us, our enemies just explode themselves, so we don't even need to worry about dealing damage to them. So this is an interesting one. I got a 10% damage to my shotgun, uh, damage to the fire turrets, or 6% reload speed for all my weapons. And I'm gonna take the 10% damage on the shotgun. It does do a decent amount of damage, so just being able to level that one up. Okay, so this one's interesting. This is a 15% reload speed to our fire turrets, 5% critical strike damage, or 15% potency to our our fire turret. I'm not really interested in leveling up the fire turret. I'm gonna re-roll this. I can't really afford re-rolls, so yeah, we're gonna take the reload speed. I don't know if that'll help.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming.
All right, let's see if there's a lot of bad guys coming in. Nice. So we got the upgrade we were looking for. So the lifetime increase helps it so that your turrets stay alive a lot longer. Um, yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and take that upgrade here. I think we really could do a better job reloading our turrets, because like you can get to the point where you can just dump them out. All right, what do we want? Do we want a We got 15% fire rate to the turrets, 10% damage to the turrets, or I'm not even going to look at it, but we have the increased potency for the fire turrets. So let me just look. Our fire rate is, yeah, 5.84, and then, yeah, I guess taking more damage adds not that much. So what, it'd bring it up to 77? Let's see how much it increases. 73? Not even close. Not even close. Guess that it has to do with the multipliers. Alright, we're going to take the reload speed for the turrets here, because I have a dream of having 1,000 turrets on the battlefield. That's my dream, and I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen. What is our critical strike chance right now? Right now it is at 8, so if we did that, it would bring it up to, what, 14? That's not very much. Let's go ahead and take 15 max HP. Alright, we got a supply pod. We have a 20% discount to all shop purchases, 15% cold damage increase, or 10% XP gain. Yeah, I only got 2 shops left, so I don't know if taking that right now is the best thing, but I will take the XP gain. Let's see how if that one really does affect us that much, because we are still pretty late in the game. I'm just gonna stand where people can stab me. Alright, so not really happy with any of these either, so let's just continue doing upgrading the fire turrets, kind of as a default, not necessarily because we want to, but nice. Increase projectile damage by 10% or max HP by 60. I think we'll just take the max HP because we have been getting hit pretty non-stop here. That's more of a user error than anything else. So we leveled up again. We got loosen bolts, which is 35% reload speed to our cryo drone. Uh, increase max HP by 15 or a 2% movement speed increase. Nothing to write home about. I am just going to take the HP increase. I'm not even quite sure if our drones really do anything. Oh boy, that guy just hit me again. Alright, we're going to take the projectile damage increase. I should have noted how much it was going up though. It is kind of fun just to try to figure it out. What's the most optimal? Alright, this guy, at least he's dying quick. But, ooh, alright, we got... Oh, come on, dude. Why are you bumping me? Let's see if we can't find, what is it, 3 more flowers? This guy's out for blood. Alright. Dang it. Okay, so what have we got? We're gonna do that reload speed because we have a dream. Alright, we're gonna pick up this loot crate. Reload speed. Oh, don't tell me we are going to end this with 11. Oh god, we are. Well, what can you do? Alright, we're gonna pick up the pickup radius. Haha, picked up the pickup radius. I don't know if that's gonna help, but... So we got this nitro scanner. Did not help. It's not very good. We have, we've not really picked up anything. No, I don't want that.
Nothing for me here. Let's try
Yeah,
again.
so, okay, nothing we really want. Go ahead and save those for next time. But yeah, we're trying our best. We're making our way through it. Oh, more bolo caps. Look, there's the one we were missing from last time.
Mission control, you surly bugger. This one's for you. Your own fault for being full of...
All right, not a whole lot of nitra.
Yeah, give me some sugar.
Maybe, I don't know if it's because our guys just, I don't know, maybe they don't have enough piercing, but I feel like they're really not doing too much to the terrain,
Come and get me, you disgusting bug.
which is kind of sad. Like, terrain destroying builds are super fun. Alright, well, we're almost there. This is level 4, so
Much better.
nice. Just take damage.
Swarm's heading your way. Load up.
Or get healed, take damage. That's my game plan. Alright, there's a couple mushrooms over here. I'm gonna try and prioritize those right now. Alright, yeah, well let's go ahead and get 10% projectile increase, so these guys are fun.
You ugly.
I love it when they push me in a corner like this.
Feeling much better now.
Oh yeah, more piercing, definitely.
Crawl back to hell.
Gotta watch out for those explosions. We're definitely gonna take the movement speed increase at this point. At this point, it's not a quality of life upgrade, and it is a strategic. We need to get enough movement speed to pretty much survive the last boss in the way that he jumps around. But we're almost like failing our damage check here. I guess we are gonna do the fire rate. Now, if I was to increase my critical strike chance, I do fire a lot of bullets, so that is a good amount of chance to do that. Or we could just take the safe HP increase. We keep getting hit anyway, but maybe that'll save us. You know, if the boss tries to jump on us, we'll have just enough health to survive. But we are really struggling in the damage department, so think at this point maybe we should have like two things to level 18, but I don't know. Maybe something will happen. Maybe we missed out on some damage because we took the terrain damaging. Yeah, right now, let's just do it. Let's just try to increase our critical strike. See if that helps us at all. Like, they are really just closing in on us. We're gonna try and get them to explode. Which, that worked, but
I'm gonna be the best survivor.
not really happy with it.
Hell yes.
So many bubbles. Nice. So we're really not taking too much damage, which is probably just about what level we're at. Oh look, there's a supply pod over here. I feel like the whole level happened and I was just stuck in a corner. Like that could be the title of this episode of like, can we survive while stuck in a corner? All right, we're gonna take the fire rate for everything. Okay, I'm gonna take this huge reload speed increase because I have a feeling that is gonna really unlock the potential here, as now we just make turrets pretty much non-stop. Alright, I don't think we're gonna collect the bolo caps. We are gonna get a epic loot crate though. So at this point, this is like a necessity, and this, I feel like this choice really comes from knowing, or at least playing a little bit. But we have the choice between a 15% lifetime for our constructs, 9% movement speed, or 30% fire rate. And I actually feel like I have to take that 9% movement speed increase to try to survive the last boss if we happen to get the one that jumps all the time. Also, noting that I have been a huge fan of standing next to explosions. Not quite dying in those explosions, but definitely enjoying the heat, the rush, adrenaline rush from. Oh, look at this! Of course, this guy's right here. There's no way I could kill him in time. But yeah, just really loving those explosions. Magma Core, definitely the place to be for those kind of things. So if that's what you're into, this is definitely the place to be. But there we go. We made it to the last level. What have we got? We're gonna take an increase in damage. Ooh, or do we want the fire rate? Yeah, let's take the fire rate. I don't know. The damage, the fire rate. What's our... So fire rate is 6.18. Damage is 81. Yeah, but the damage is just, it's multiplied so much because that's per bullet, you know? Alright, yeah, let's do it.
Dreaming of something like this.
And then, yeah, let's just do, we're all in.
Raring to try this out.
Alright, let's unpin this.
What else we got?
Reload speed. That's not what we're looking for. We're going to take it because we have nothing else to spend our money on. Alright, last level. Door prize is you get a boss. Or an elite NPC. I forget what they're called up, but ooh, shoot. Okay. We got to move. I think towards the end here we did definitely increase our reload speed, so we are going to get a bunch of turrets following us around, so that's really cool. We're going to try and get some more meta material with this. On this map it is really good to try to clear out as much terrain as we can, because that is just what is required for this boss. That elite was way too close to us. Like, I'm just trying to get some gold here, but this guy had different plans. Get some loot bugs over here. So now it looks like the turrets are actually doing damage. We're going to take that 9% critical strike chance increase. I don't know. We do fire a lot of bullets, so maybe that critical strike chance will come in handy. I'm not quite sure what I'm searching for. Besides, maybe trying to get a little bit more meta material. meta minerals. Clear out some blockage here.
Meet your maker, Trace.
Got our turrets doing work. It's our little robot army. Really happy with the reload speed increase, because this is definitely just looks awesome. I don't know how effective it is, but being able to just sit there and make a bunch of turrets feels pretty cool. Really wish we got one of the really big like damage increase artifacts. I mean, it's not over yet. We could still get it here. We'll see what we get. We're gonna take that 30 increase to max HP because we are so close. Look at that, our artifact that gives us XP when we take damage just procced. So didn't make us level up, but it was still pretty good. All right. Yeah. Oof. I cannot take it because if we face the boss, yeah, if we face the boss and it doesn't, it takes away our movement speed and he just jumps on us a bunch of times. That's just got to be what it is. Yeah, we'll do 10% damage across the board. We're gonna do increased. Oh no, we'll do a reload speed. Nice. And we'll do a fire rate to take another upgrade, another overclock for our shotgun. I don't know how much damage this thing has actually done. I feel like that 15% damage decrease really really affected how powerful it was. I like can't stay still long enough to deploy all of my my turrets. Got too many turrets. Alright, so we're almost at the last boss. Pretty close. So right now I'm really just trying to clear things out. Oh yeah, we're doing reduced reload speed. Oh boy, they're moving in. How do I get out of this? Okay. Alright, look at that.
Think you could kill me? Well, think again.
Alright, so this is my plan. I'm gonna try and do kind of a square thing. Every time he jumps or something close to it, I'll try to let my turrets out, so that way it kind of just kites them along. Alright. Gonna do the increased lifetime. I feel like that is helping us right now, especially with our quick reload speed. There's a bunch of those guys. You could have those. He landed right on top of us, but I don't know if we dodged. Oh, that hit us. Getting hit by meteors. Alright. Seems like it's working. Which is good because I definitely did not want to start with another dwarf. Not only that, I don't know if our health is going back up. It might if we level up. Oof, got him. Alright, let's go get our gear. Thank you, everyone. Me and my robot army have been very happy here with our stay on Hoxxes. And just gonna go ahead and take that. And we want to bid everyone adieu. Thank you all for hanging out here, respecting the company, getting the job done. uh, following the basics, and yeah, see you on our next dive. Bye. I always do that outro. I really should do it at the end of the episode, but then we get all these cool little, like, oh, look at this, you get more stuff. New artifact unlocked. You got ammo rig. New weapon unlocked. The Loki Smart, so it's just like the Thor, but it's the Loki. Ooh, yeah, we unlocked the new sector. That's right, we're progressing. New hazard level unlocked. Give it. That's right. Alright, we got an increase to our gear level. Cryo Grenade Mastery unlocked. Deep Core Mastery unlocked. Leadstorm Mastery unlocked. Oh boy. We're unlocking all the masteries. This is really cool. Cool, so we got new stuff to do, new gear to go over. Dealt 7 million with our turrets. That's pretty good. Cool, cool. Alright, I'll see you guys on the next one.